There's a moment in the morning where your body is already tense before your mind is fully awake. The alarm goes off, your hand reaches for the phone almost automatically, and before you've even taken 5 full breaths, your eyes are on a glowing screen. Notifications, messages, news, a scrolling list of other people's lives and problems. Your mind starts moving faster than you're breathing. You're already thinking about the emails you didn't answer yesterday, the thing you said in that chat that you're not sure landed well, the meeting you're dreading. Your body is still in bed, but your thoughts are 3 hours ahead, running through possible outcomes, rehearsing conversations, planning defenses. You get up, but you barely feel your feet touch the floor. You move through the bathroom, the kitchen, maybe make a coffee, but it's like watching yourself in a recording. Your hands are doing things, your head is somewhere else. By the time you sit down to start your day, you're already tired. Not because anything terrible has happened yet, but because you've lived several imaginary versions of the day in your mind. You've argued with people who aren't there. You've replayed yesterday's awkward moments. You've already failed and fixed everything 3 times without leaving your apartment. Meanwhile, the present moment, the warmth of the mug in your hand, the light coming through the window, the way your chest tightens when you think about that meeting, passes by almost unnoticed. Life is happening, but you're barely in it. Daily mindfulness rituals are about something very simple and very difficult. Actually being here for your own life, one small moment at a time. That morning scene is not a one-time event. It turns into a pattern that quietly shapes whole years. In romantic relationships, you might be physically sitting next to your partner, but mentally somewhere else. They're telling you about their day, their feelings, something that's bothering them. You nod, say yeah, and give the right responses. But your mind is half in your phone, half in what you need to do tomorrow. Later, they say, I don't feel like you really hear me anymore, and you're confused. Because from your point of view, you're always there. At work, your body is in the meeting, but your thoughts bounce between yesterday and tomorrow. You worry about a past mistake, imagine a future criticism, rehearse what you're going to say next instead of actually listening. You leave the meeting unsure what was decided, then beat yourself up for not paying attention, even though you sat through the whole thing. With family, you might visit your parents or siblings and slip into automatic mode. Same jokes, same complaints, same roles. You move through the conversations on autopilot. Driving home, you feel strangely empty and think, we spent hours together, but did we actually connect? When you're alone, the noise gets even louder. You might reach for your phone, a show, food, or work the moment there's nothing to do. Silence feels uncomfortable, almost threatening. If you sit still, thoughts rush in. What if this never changes? Why am I like this? Everyone else seems to be living. I'm just scrolling through it. On the outside, it looks like a normal life. You're functioning. You're doing what you're supposed to do. On the inside, there's a constant sense of being slightly pulled away from your own experience, like you're always one step to the side of the life you're actually living. Daily mindfulness rituals are not about turning you into a calm, glowing person who never gets stressed. They're about gently interrupting this pattern, dropping small anchors into your day that bring you back from autopilot into actual presence, over and over again. This pattern of being anywhere but here usually doesn't start in adulthood. It's something we often learn early, with good reasons. A girl grows up in a house where there's a lot of conflict, raised voices, slammed doors, sudden changes in mood. She learns that paying close attention to the present is scary because the present is full of tension. So she starts escaping into her head, daydreaming, reading, staying busy, taking care of others. She becomes really good at predicting what might go wrong and preparing for it. As an adult, she still lives in that mode, constantly scanning ahead, rarely pausing to feel what it's like to be in her body right now. A boy is told from a young age that being productive is what makes him valuable. Keep moving, don't waste time. Rest is laziness. Sitting still feels wrong. Doing nothing feels unsafe. He learns to fill every gap with something: work, games, noise, plans. When he grows up, he feels deeply uncomfortable in quiet moments. His mind fills the silence with worries, plans, or self-criticism. A child who often feels unseen might learn to live inside their thoughts. Maybe no one slows down enough to ask, "What are you feeling right now?" Maybe there's no space for their inner world. So they stop checking in with their own experience and start focusing on what other people need, think, or expect. Their attention is always outward. As an adult, they might struggle to answer simple questions like, "How are you really?" or "What do you need?" Not because they're hiding, but because they genuinely don't know. A helpful concept here is avoidance, not as a judgment, but as a survival strategy. When reality feels overwhelming, the mind learns to leave. It leaves into planning, into worrying, into fantasizing, into work, into screens. Mindfulness is often misunderstood as forcing your mind to be still. In reality, it's more like gently inviting your attention back to what's actually happening right now, again and again, without aggression. Another idea that fits here is automatic pilot. It's when your body goes through routines while your awareness is somewhere else. You can drive, shower, cook, answer emails, and barely remember any of it. This is efficient, but over time, it makes life feel flat and disconnected. Daily mindfulness rituals are like small, repeated ways to step out of automatic pilot and back into contact with your own life. They don't erase your old coping strategies. They sit alongside them and slowly offer another option. Instead of always leaving the moment, you learn how to gently stay. In daily life, the lack of mindfulness shows up in ways that seem minor but add up over time. In workplace conflict, for example, a coworker criticizes your idea in a meeting. Before you even register the emotion, your body tenses, your jaw tightens, your heart races. Your mind jumps into defense or attack mode. You interrupt, raise your voice slightly, or shut down and stop speaking for the rest of the meeting. Later, you think, why did I react so strongly? Without mindfulness, there's no small gap between trigger and reaction. You go straight from one to the other. In romantic relationships, you might react to your partner's tone instead of their words. They say, "Did you take out the trash?" in a flat voice. You feel criticized, judged, not good enough. You snap back with, "Why are you always on my case?" An argument unfolds, and only hours later you realize this wasn't really about the trash. Without daily mindful check-ins, every little question feels like a threat from the past, not a simple moment in the present. In family dynamics, old roles run the show. You visit your parents and instantly slip into good child mode, agreeable, pleasant, not saying anything that might upset anyone. Inside, you might feel resentment, boredom, or grief, but you don't even notice those feelings until you're back home, drained and irritated. Mindfulness would have meant noticing in real time, I'm shrinking myself right now. My chest feels tight. I'm saying yes when I want to say no. In friendships, conversations can stay on autopilot. You talk about work, plans, gossip, the latest show. While you're talking, your mind is half on your to-do list, half on your screen lighting up on the table. Later you think, I miss real connection, without realizing that your attention almost never fully lands in the present moment with the person in front of you. Inside your own mind, the lack of mindfulness often shows up as a constant low-level war. You might tell yourself things like, I should be more present. I need to stop overthinking. Why can't I just relax? But those are just more thoughts. They don't actually bring you into your body, into your senses, into the reality of this moment. Obvious signs include explosive reactions to small triggers, shutting down whenever emotions get strong, constant multitasking, even during rest. Subtle signs include not remembering parts of your day clearly, feeling like life is passing fast but you're not really in it, a sense of fakeness, like you're acting the role of yourself instead of inhabiting your own life. There's often a quiet question in the background. Why do I keep doing this? Why does my mind run so much? Why do I miss my own life while I'm living it? Daily mindfulness rituals are not a magic switch, but they are a way to answer that question with action, to slowly build the muscle of being here, even for a few seconds at a time. It might sound strange, but the parts of you that are constantly escaping the present are not your enemies. They're trying to protect you. Overthinking is often a way of saying, if I can predict every possible outcome, maybe I won't be hurt. Numbing out with screens or busyness is a way of saying, if I don't feel this too deeply, maybe it won't break me. Living in the future is a way of saying, if I stay ahead of everything, maybe I'll finally feel safe. Mindfulness rituals can look, from the outside, like doing less, sitting, breathing, noticing. But from the inside, they're asking a very brave question. What if I stop running for just a moment and see what's actually here? That can feel scary. Sometimes what's here is anxiety, grief, anger, boredom, emptiness. And yet, those states are information. Anxiety can be a signal that a part of you feels unsafe or unsupported. Not a moral failing, but a message. Something in me needs more care. Restlessness can be a sign that you're out of alignment with your own needs, always giving your time and energy away without checking in. Emotional numbness can be a sign of overload, a system that has carried too much for too long and needs gentler pacing. The point is not to fix these states by forcing them to go away. The point is to invite them into awareness and learn from them. Mindfulness, in this sense, is not about becoming perfectly calm. It's about becoming honest, seeing clearly what's happening inside you without instantly judging, escaping, or acting on it. Everyone has some version of distraction, avoidance, and autopilot. No one lives mindfully all the time. The struggle is normal. What matters is not perfection, but practice, returning to yourself again and again in small, ordinary moments. Now, let's move into some practical daily rituals that can help you do that. Think of these not as rules you must follow, but as experiments you can try and adjust. 1. 3 conscious breaths before you touch your phone. Why it helps? This simple ritual interrupts the automatic habit of starting your day in reaction mode. It gives you a tiny moment of ownership over your attention before the world comes in. How to do it? When your alarm goes off, resist the urge to immediately unlock your phone. Instead, keep your eyes soft or closed and place one hand on your chest or belly. Take 3 slow, gentle breaths, in through the nose if possible, out through the mouth. As you breathe, notice how the air feels moving in and out, the weight of your body on the bed, any emotion already present, tension, heaviness, calm. You don't need to change anything. Just notice, this is how I am right now. After those 3 breaths, you can do whatever you want. Example: someone who usually wakes up and immediately opens social media tries this. First morning, they feel impatient, like this is pointless, but they do the 3 breaths anyway. They notice their jaw is tight and their chest feels heavy. For the first time, they recognize they wake up anxious most days. That awareness alone is a small shift. What's difficult? Your mind will say, this is too small to matter, or I don't have time. 3 breaths takes less than 30 seconds. You're not trying to meditate perfectly. You're just starting your day with 1 moment of presence. 2. Name it to notice it. Why it helps? Putting simple words to your internal state pulls you out of vague overwhelm and into clearer awareness. You can't work with what you don't notice. How to do it? Choose 3 anchor moments in your day: morning, midday, evening. At each anchor, pause for 10-20 seconds and silently complete 2 sentences. I feel in my body. I feel emotionally. Keep it simple. I feel tight in my chest. I feel worried. I feel heavy in my shoulders. I feel tired. I feel light in my face. I feel calm. Example: at lunch,
Someone pauses in the middle of scrolling at their desk. They put the phone down, close their eyes for a moment, and think, I feel a knot in my stomach. I feel pressured. They realize they've been running on tension since the morning. That awareness leads them to take a 5-minute walk instead of staying glued to the screen. What's difficult? You might feel silly or not know what you feel. If you're unsure, it's okay to say, I feel numb, or I feel blank. Even that is mindfulness, noticing the absence of clear emotion. 3. 1 mindful microtask. Why it helps? You don't need to turn your whole day into a meditation retreat. Bringing full attention to 1 tiny, ordinary action trains your mind to be where your body is, at least for a moment. How to do it? Pick 1 daily task: drinking your morning coffee or tea, washing your hands, brushing your teeth, walking from one room to another. During that 1 activity, drop distractions. No phone,
no multitasking. If it's drinking something, feel the warmth or coolness of the cup in your hand. Notice the smell. Take a sip and pay attention to the taste, the temperature, the way it moves down your throat. If it's washing your hands, notice the temperature of the water, the sound of it hitting the sink, the texture of the soap. Example, someone chooses their evening shower as their microtask. Instead of planning their next day in their head, they bring their attention again and again to the feeling of water on their skin, the sound, the warmth. For 5 minutes, life is just water, breath, skin. They step out of the shower feeling slightly more grounded, even though nothing outside has changed. What's difficult? Your mind will wander a lot. That's okay. The practice is in noticing that you've drifted and gently returning your attention to the task without scolding yourself. 4. The honest line check-in. Why it helps? Mindfulness isn't only about noticing your breath. It's also about being honest with yourself and others about your inner state. This ritual helps you go one level deeper than "I'm fine." How to do it? Once a day, either with yourself or with someone you trust, answer this question. If I were
More honest about how I'm really doing, what would I say? You can write it in a journal or say it to a friend or partner. Examples. I'm okay, but underneath I'm exhausted and scared this pace isn't sustainable. I'm functioning, but I feel lonely even around people. Example scene. Your partner asks, "How was your day?" Usually you say, "It was fine." Today, you pause and answer, "It was fine on the surface, but I felt anxious most of the day, and I didn't tell anyone." In that moment, you're more present with your own inner world, and you allow someone else to be present with you too. What's difficult? You might fear being too much or burdening others. Start by doing this just with yourself on paper. As you build comfort, you can share one small, honest line with someone safe. 5. The weekly no to reclaim your time. Why it helps? Mindfulness is not only about noticing your experience, it's also about shaping your life so your nervous system can breathe. Saying a small no each week is a way of honoring your limits and creating more space for presence. How to do it? Once a week, deliberately say no to something small that you would normally say yes to out of habit. An extra task you don't have energy for, a social event you don't actually want to attend, answering work messages late at night. You don't need to give a long reason. A simple, respectful, "I can't this time" is enough. Example, a friend invites you to a last-minute gathering after a long week. Past you would automatically say yes and then feel drained. This time, you take a breath, check in with your body, feel the heaviness, and say, "I really need a quiet night tonight, so I'll skip this one." You spend the evening reading, going for a slow walk, or simply resting. That time becomes space where mindfulness feels more possible. What's difficult? Guilt will show up. Your mind may say, "You're selfish," or they'll be disappointed. Notice those thoughts as part of the old pattern. You're not doing something wrong. You're making room to actually inhabit your own life. 6.
Instead of constantly outrunning it, it's a way to say, "I'll at least meet myself once today." How to do it? Choose a consistent time, maybe before lunch or before bed. Set a timer for 5 minutes. Sit or lie down comfortably. No phone, no music, no podcast. During these 5 minutes, notice your breath without trying to control it. Notice sensations in your body. Notice any emotions or thoughts that show up. You don't need to follow a complex technique. Your only job is to stay gently with whatever is happening inside you without immediately reacting to it. Example, at the end of the day, someone sits on the edge of their bed for 5 minutes. At first, their mind races, to-do lists, conversations, worries. They feel restless and want to grab their phone. They stay. By minute 3, they suddenly feel a wave of sadness they've been holding back all day. They don't analyze it, they just notice, "I'm sad," and let a few tears come. It's not dramatic, but it's real. What's difficult? This can feel uncomfortable, boring, or overwhelming. If 5 minutes is too much, start with 2. The key is consistency, not duration. 7. A gentle check-in with your younger self. Why it helps? Many of the habits that pull you out of the present started when you were younger. Bringing compassion to that younger part helps soften the harshness you turn on yourself now. How to do it? Once or twice a week, close your eyes for a moment and picture yourself at a younger age, maybe 8, 12, or 16. Picture a scene where you were overwhelmed, lonely, or scared, and had to disconnect from the moment to cope. See that younger you clearly, their face, their posture, their surroundings. Then, as the adult you are now, silently say a few simple sentences to them. You did the best you could. It made sense that you left the moment back then. It was too much. I'm learning how to stay with you now, even when it's uncomfortable. Example: you remember coming home from school to a tense house and hiding in your room with music or games. You picture that kid on the bed, headphones on, escaping. You mentally sit next to them and say, "Of course you left. It was loud and scary out there. You survived."
The only way you knew how. What's difficult? This might feel strange or fake at first, but you're teaching your system something new. That presence now includes kindness toward the parts of you that had to disconnect then. When you practice daily mindfulness rituals like these, life doesn't suddenly become calm and perfect. Stressful emails still come, people still say hurtful things, old patterns still show up. But the texture of your days begins to change. You start noticing small pockets of ease. 3 breaths in the morning, a single mindful sip of coffee, 5 quiet minutes before bed. These pockets don't erase your problems, but they give your nervous system tiny chances to reset. You might find that in workplace conflict, there's a small gap where there used to be none. Someone criticizes your idea, and instead of reacting instantly, you feel your chest tighten and think, "I'm triggered." You take 1 breath. You respond a little more calmly, or you choose to say, "Let me think about that and get back to you," instead of arguing on the spot. In romantic relationships, you notice your automatic responses more quickly. Your partner asks a question that feels critical. Your first impulse is to snap. But you notice the heat rising in your chest, the familiar story of, "I'm not enough." You take a moment and say, "That landed on an old sore spot for me. Can we slow down?" The conversation shifts from attack and defense to actual connection. In family dynamics, you begin to recognize when you're sliding into old roles. You hear yourself saying yes to something you don't want to do and feel that tiny pinch in your stomach. Next time you pause and say, "Let me check and get back to you," giving yourself space to make a mindful choice. Friendships may deepen as you bring your full attention to more moments instead of being half in your phone, half in your head. A simple walk with a friend becomes more nourishing when you actually feel the air, hear their voice, and notice your own reactions in real time. Inside yourself, the constant war softens a little. You still have racing thoughts sometimes, but you also have tools to come back, naming your state.
Breathing, sitting with yourself, saying a small no, choosing one task to do fully. You live less like a ghost moving through your own life and more like an actual participant. Not all the time, not perfectly, but more often. And that more often adds up. Over months and years, these small rituals can shift your baseline from constant autopilot to a life with more moments of clarity, presence, and self-connection. This is not a finish line. It's an ongoing relationship with yourself, a practice of returning, again and again, to the only place your life ever actually happens. Here, now. Think back to that first morning scene. The alarm, the phone, the scrolling, the racing thoughts, the body moving through the routine almost without you. Imagine it again, but slightly different. The alarm goes off. Your hand reaches out, but instead of unlocking the phone, it rests for a moment on your chest. You take 3 slow breaths. You feel the weight of your body, the contact with the bed, the tightness or softness in your muscles. You notice, "I'm already anxious," or "I'm already heavy," or "I'm surprisingly calm today." You don't fix it, you simply know it. You still make your coffee, but maybe for 10 seconds you actually feel the warmth of the mug in your hands. You still go to work, but you notice your breath speeding up before a meeting and let your exhale be a little slower. You still talk to your partner, but you give one honest line about how you're really doing instead of staying on the surface. Nothing looks dramatic from the outside. From the inside, you're slowly moving from being pulled by your day to walking through it with yourself. Daily mindfulness rituals are not about becoming a different person overnight. They're about becoming more available to the person you already are, in the life you already have. Right now, you don't need to overhaul your whole routine. You can pick one tiny practice from today: 3 breaths before your phone, 1 mindful sip, 1 honest line, 2 minutes of sitting with yourself, and try it once. Then, if it feels supportive, try it again tomorrow, and the next day. Let the change be small, but real. You don't have to aim for
A perfectly mindful life. You can aim for one more moment today
where you are actually here. That's where transformation quietly begins. Thank you for staying with this all the way to the end. If these daily mindfulness rituals spoke to something in your own life, you might want to subscribe for more videos on inner work, emotional awareness, and practical psychology. And if you feel comfortable, share in the comments which small ritual feels most doable for you right now, and when in your day could you try it?